So the first metadata is, to using a metadata, we have to use meta tag and then press enter. Okay, make sure that you don't close the meta tag because it don't have any closing tag. Hello friends, how are you? This is Absar from the Quick Code channel. We are here to talk about programming. So let's jump into it. Today's our topic is on head tag and meta tags. Now this is our HTML web page which is totally empty. Now first of all we are going to use the AMAT abbreviation, the exclamation mark, then just press enter and you can see our web page is created. The structure of our web page is created. Now this is our head tag and today we are going to explore this tag. There are a lot of other tags we use within head tag or head element. Actually it is a part that is not displayed in the web browser when the page is loaded. It contains information such as page title, like here I'm using document. You can just read it from this dummy text and use the title. It contains links to CSS or custom fav icons. On the tab you can also explore the fav icons are actually something looks like this. Let me show you. Now you can see a very little icon here which is not easily visible, but it is the fav icon. Okay, we use these fav icons in head tag. So this is the head tag. Everything within head tag will not display, but title will display, like learn to code for free. Head tag like UTF-8 or meta name viewport with device with. What is this stuff actually, or how it is working, or why we use it, or if we don't use it what will happen? So we will explore these things in this lecture. Now meta tag is, in its very simplest definition, a data that describes data. So it is a data that describes the content within the body tag. So metadata describes the document or the content, like who wrote it, or what is the summary or keywords, or how the page should react or will react on after 5 seconds or 30 seconds, or should page redirect to other. These kind of things we stored in metadata that will automatically on the back end of the web page working. Metadata is actually provides information about content. Or metadata are important because they impact how your site appears in SERPs. Now what are SERP? What are these? I use a word SERP. Now these SERPs are search engine, S for search, E for engine, and R for result, search engine result, and P for pages. Actually SERPs and SEO is similar thing or similar functions that helps the browser to locate or to give exact information that users want. Now how it is working? It is working by meta tag. Now if we give meta tag about keywords and give keywords relevant to our topic, now when a user search about that topic or index about that topic, then our web page will be listed in the results section. So this is very important in marketing field, and it also how many people will be inclined to click through your website. They will therefore impact your traffic and engagement rate. Meta tags are an important part of a solid SEO strategy. Now let's take a look or take a brief look on meta tag and the results of meta tags. So let's start. So this is our web page and this is our head section, and inside head section we are going to use our metadata. So the first metadata is, to using a metadata we have to use meta tag and then press enter. Okay, make sure that you don't close the meta tag because it don't have any closing tag. Okay, it don't have any closing tag like this. It is an error. Okay, so just remove it. Now inside meta tag there are additional attributes for additional information. Now the first one is char set and then the character encoding for UTF-8. Now this is the syntax. Now char set is actually character set that encourage UTF-8 character for different alphabets or words that we can't use in our English. Now the next tag is the keywords tag, which helps for search engine. You can use a meta tag to specify important keywords related to the document, and later these keywords are used by the search engine while indexing your web page for searching purpose. First of all, you are going to use the meta, and there are many other abbreviations are using. So this KW means is meta keywords. Just click on it and you can see it uses an attribute name and then keywords. So keywords is a value, and we are telling the meta or the head or the brain of the document that we are going to give keywords. So keep it in mind, you have to use the name attribute, and inside name attribute you have to give the keywords or whatever you are going to target. So I'm going to target keywords, so I use keywords here, and then use the keywords like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python. So this way you can use your keyword. Now the next thing is a description of your web page. To define a description of your web page, you can use meta tag to give a short description about your document. This again can be used by various search engines while indexing your web page for searching purpose. Let's take a look. First you have to use the meta and go to desk. This desk is means description. Just click on it and you can see the name attribute is giving description. Now in the content we are going to give description, free development tutorials or whatever you want. The next thing is defining author. Who is the author? So for author we are going to use the name attribute, and inside name attribute we are going to use author word, and then we use the content, and inside the content we are going to use the author's name, like my name is Absar. Now whatever your name you can use it. So the next thing is, so these three things you can't see the results of it because it is working on the back end. But the next tag we are going to use is for refreshing a document. It is also working on the back end of the document, but it will give you an impact. So for refreshing a document we can give a meta tag, and then meta tag, and inside meta tag we are going to use HTTP. Okay, so HTTP EQUIV, and inside a hyphen. So this attribute is used, and then the value we are going to use is refresh. That tells the browser to refresh the content. I'm using this attribute, refresh the content in every 2 seconds, okay, or 3 seconds. Now just press Ctrl F and go to live. Just press on the go live button. Now you can see it, and in every 2 seconds you can see here it will automatically reload. I am not pressing any button from my keyboard or any key from my keyboard. So this is the impact of this refresh tag. And another tag is meta, which is redirecting. Just we use the same thing or the same values and attribute till here, and then we add the semicolon and then URL, and we give it a URL where we want to move it. So if we want to move it to the free code camp, just copy it, okay, or come back here. Let me make it. Now come back here and paste it. Now make sure that you don't enclose it in another quotations. Just use the first quotation inside it. So URL HTTPS. You make sure you use this HTTPS. Okay, so I copied the link. I'm telling the browser that when the user visits my site within 5 seconds, this page will be redirected, or this page must be redirected to towards the freecodecamp.org website. Okay, so just Control S and come back here and wait. Okay, it is not working because of this. Just comment it. Now it will work. Just save it and come here, and within 5 seconds, I'm not doing anything, it will move to free code camp, as you can see it. So how cool it is. Now this functionality is used in skipping ads. When there are ads on the website, or it is the websites are telling you that after 30 seconds you will go to this site. So why it is happening, why we go to that site, is actually this redirection meta tag is applied. So for this very purpose, you can inspect it and found that get that link from the URL and copy it and go ahead and paste it, and don't waste your time in watching the seconds are going. Okay, so the next thing is setting up viewport. Now this tag is my favorite tag, and it is very important tag. Now why it is very important and why it is my favorite tag? Because it helps the browser, or it helps your web page to make its layout flexible, and it will arrange the elements on its own. We don't have to use it. We don't have to cover that in different PCs or in mobile phones the application should look like this. Just we use this meta tag, so it will work, or it will make our web page more responsive. When we use it on small phones, the website should look like this. So I'm not using here any viewport tag, so let's see what will happen without that tag. So this is, I'm going to live here again. Now this is my site loading. So this is my web page. Now I have to use some other things, like you can see it is again going to this page. Now I don't want to go to this page, so I just comment it down and come back. Now here I am using like Word, computer programming, and on the very first link I clicked, and you can see there is many more introduction here. So I'm just going and copy it here, and inside the body, inside the P tag, I'm going to paste it, and just press Ctrl S and come here. Now you can see it is inside this. And one more thing is I want to give an image. I come back here and wait. Now inside the images, I am going to use the first image like this image, and then open it on new tab, copy it, come to the page, and after the heading tag I'm going to use it, save it, come here, and it is appearing here. Now make sure to give it a width of 600 pixels. Save it, come here. Now it is looking good. Now this is our web page. And one more thing is within head tag I'm going to use a style attribute and target the P, and P then just text a line to justify. I come here and it is justifying the text. Now this is my very basic web page. Now without any viewport or responsive view, what will happen? So just go ahead and click on inspect button or inspect option. Now this is my inspect option. Just now this is my site. Now if I just closing it or making its width smaller for mobile phone, now you can see that the text is not looking good and the image size is not good. Now why it is happening? This is because we are not using viewport meta tag. So you can see it is not doing its work properly. Now when I just go to here, now you can see it is not a good way to display your websites on phones. So for this purpose, I am going to use meta tag. For this purpose, just use the meta tag, and inside meta tag use the VP. VP means viewport. Now this full thing, what will happen is, so the viewport is the area of the window in which web content can be seen. This is often not the same size as the rendered page, in which case browsers provide scroll bars for the user to scroll around all the content. Narrow screen devices such as mobiles render pages in a virtual window or viewport, which is usually wider than the screen, and then shrink the rendered result down so it can all be seen at once. Users can then pan and zoom to see different areas of the page. So for overcoming this purpose, we are using viewport, and this is our meta tag. This is our attribute of name, and we are giving viewport. Then this is our content, and we are telling that width should be device width. Now if I'm using mobile, so it should be covers the mobile width, or if I'm using computer, it should be covers the computer width. So device width is telling the browser that, or is telling the web page that whatever electronic media user is using, it is the width of that device is actually its width of the web page. Now the initial scale is 1, which should be always 1. If you don't include this, it will make a very less impact. So make sure that you use it with a comma. Okay, so just press Ctrl S and come back to your meta tag. Now refresh it again. Now when I just move it, now you can see my image and text is displaying in another manner. Now it is very making it responsive. So in different mobiles it looks like this, in computer it looks like this. So it is making my web page more responsive. So friends, that's for all. If you like this video, press on the like button and subscribe the channel for more advanced videos. Now these are very beginners videos, but it is very important to make a good base. So please watch all the videos from top to end, and we will cover every topic of the programming. We are starting from here because it's just a warm-up for us, and it's a very great workout for you. So please practice these tools and these tutorials on your PC.